Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Rizzo. I am the commissioner of the WPF and the PWS, lord of all the acronyms. I'm here with Cheezitz and Tyler, or the Canadian Kid. We are having, I think this is our third installment now of Captain Interviews. So, you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Cheezitz. Oh, I don't know if it cut off. My mic was being weird. Okay, hello, this is Cheezitz.
He's super great at taking cues.
That's a great start, Mr. Cheezitz. Great start.
This is the only start I could have wished for.
And then,
my name is Cheezitz and I like Tetris.
There you go. Okay, good. We got one. What about the other?
My name is Tyler, or the Canadian Kid, and we are both simping for Saint.
That's it. Yep. The Saint Simps.
That's really it. Interview over. That's really all we have to say.
Yep, that's it. Grand total of 59 seconds, actually. That you guys killed it. Definitely from what I've seen in all of the various league servers team servers that all the teams have made so far, you guys have a grand total of like 0 messages a week, like no tryouts, no nothing. Like, what's your strategy going into the auction in like the next week?
Our strategy is to go based purely off of our prior beliefs. I'm joking, no. We definitely should be hosting tryouts. It's less of we don't think we shouldn't, and more of we don't really. We're kind of too lazy to do it, but.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, there's also the point that we didn't really have time up until this point because Cheese was busy with exams and I was moving back home. But like, we just settled in and we've had a few days, like a week to relax maybe now, and we might host some next week or something. But
we definitely can now, and I think we definitely will do something. We're not gonna leave it empty. The big thing is, a lot of times that I feel like is in team tours, you see people try out, you see people do this stuff. 99% of the time, it doesn't matter. You're gonna take one guy from that tryouts, maybe. Most of the time, you're gonna draft people you know from the past and things you experience from them. Because one tryout or 2 tryouts isn't gonna give you enough like knowledge on that one person. It's like, I don't know. That's how I feel personally. But I mean, you definitely can get gems from that. Like, there are a lot of gems who people don't know are really good. You will find through tryouts, which is like why it's hard to say. How much do we do tryouts and how much do we rely on tryouts?
No, you're exactly right. I think that's definitely something that's worth noting for all of the prospective candidates who are trying to get picked up at auction, that almost everybody of the like 170 names we have on the roster of people who have signed up, the community is small enough that everybody sort of knows who they are, right? So even though this is a relatively introductory league where a lot of the people who have signed up, like maybe this is their first team tour or their second one, like you still came here from SBT or WPF, like they know who you are. So I guess for the Saint Simps, you're really gonna have to go above and beyond to try and prove your worth.
It's basically the same for all team tours. I find like every team tour I've participated in, it's pretty much based on your name and your reputation, and that's like, it's not necessarily fair for everyone, and I get that, but it's because these people are known and people know how they perform, and that's why tryouts are fun once in a while, because you can find those gems like Cheese said, but most of the time it's basically just your reputation, since everyone knows how you can play the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to do. But I mean, definitely, tryouts are definitely worth holding. They're definitely worth holding, but...
So an interesting question for the two of you. So I've already talked to the Spanish Inquisition and to Divine Discharge, and they are relatively... What am I trying to say? They are really looking for a talented VGC person that can sort of main that one game a week.
Yeah.
Because it's a relatively new format to sort of everybody in the close... What the fuck am I trying to say? It's a new format in team tours, right? So... How do you guys feel? Dude, I'm getting so tongue-tied. I just ate, so my mouth is confused, I guess. But how do you guys feel about this one VGC game a week? Like, do you have like,
we've got some hidden gems ready to play some VGC.
Do you?
That's the first thing we talked about. That's the first thing before we signed up. We're like, do we know a person who can play VGC? Like, because who can play VGC? You can pick up a random person, and you can pick up the best player. Like, okay, the best player probably do better, but you can pick up 2 people of relatively like different skill levels, and they'll probably play VGC the same at the end of the day. Obviously, there is like it doesn't transfer very well, as well, to an extent.
It doesn't. It
After that extent, like it's like it doesn't transfer as well as it should. Like LC that transfers well. Like I feel like LC transfers pretty decent. This does not transfer that well. Like I don't think I could play VGC for my life because it'd be like it's so different. Like,
Yeah,
so many
and,
ones that are
like,
horrible draft are good in VGC.
a lot of people play doubles, but doubles is literally not even close to being the same as VGC. Like
Correct.
it's somewhat the same, but like doubles you play literally with your 6 mons. VGC you have to cut out to 4, and it's like a lot different than doubles.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly
So
different.
the first thing I asked Tyler was like, do you know anyone who can actually VGC? Because I'm totally down to try out VGC, see who can play VGC. But at the very least, do we know one person who I know is like decent, who likes
Like,
us enough?
Yeah,
play
we've got a
every-
we've got a few people that we're looking at that are really good in doubles, and I've got one that plays in an actual VGC league and is doing pretty well in there, so that'll be interesting, and hopefully we can get him pretty cheap.
Nice. Okay.
And also, I mean,
So the
that was the
Saint
only
Simps
thing I
is
played. Like,
go ahead.
But yeah, it's literally the first thing I told Cheese. Like when I hit him up to see if we wanted to captain, I literally told him. I said, "Oh, they have a VGC format. What do you know about VGC? Because I know fuck all about it."
I was like, I
Right.
know nothing.
So you guys are gonna look to drop like half your budget on the one and just secure that one
what
game
the-
a week.
The thing is, realistically, the way I see it is, I don't know realistically, but I feel like most of the people who play VGC are going to be at the same level. I don't really want to spend. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this, shouldn't I? Okay, I'll just say it, you guys. I probably don't want to spend that much on the VGC player because realistically, I think they'll all be at relatively decent, similar skill levels. Why would I spend all my budget on a
And-
person who's not a guaranteed player?
Yeah, my one guy that plays VGC, I probably shouldn't say that because it'll give it away. I'll just say I talk with that person quite a lot, and
You might have already given it away.
I am mostly familiar with the VGC format just by talking with him, and I kind of know my way around the format. But
Is
It's-
he
it's
in this
actually
call right
stumble,
now?
stumble.
Is that gonna give too much away?
It's Of course
No, he's not in the
definitely
call.
not in this call. No, oh god,
Yeah,
it's actually
I talk quite a lot. Yeah, it's Stumble23. Just bombard his DMs if you want to know more about VGC.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you want to know more about VGC, ask him.
The more psychic
For sure.
types,
He's
the
he's
better.
the
And you know that's actually a
exactly.
semi-viable strat in VGC is if you
I
have
mean-
like 2 or 3 psychic types on the same team.
I mean, psychic
Definitely.
spam has never been bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well,
Um,
cool.
Yeah, VGC is one thing I read about. That's about it. Really. I mean, other formats are much more intuitive, and that I mean, ORAS of course is a little bit different. Because I don't think ORAS playing is much different. It's more of a drafting ORAS. Drafting ORAS is hard. Like not hard, but different. It's definitely different.
Very different. Yeah.
So like that's the thing. Like drafting ORAS is bigger than playing ORAS. Because like you could probably saw like me or Tyler. We don't play ORAS at all, but like we do this relatively well on ORAS. The transfers very well. The drafting for ours is a little bit harder though, because you have to consider like what mons don't default. It's like I can't remember. Is it default doesn't exist or default's not distributed? Like I know
it's
it
not
exists,
distributed.
but
Your,
is it?
your
not
defaulters are
distributed,
like,
guys. Like,
like the lotties, and that's it.
Okay. Because I was like, I know default in one gen didn't remove hazards, but it existed. Like in Gen 5, I think it existed, but it didn't remove hazards or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. There was a gen where default worked, never removed hazards, but it existed.
Well, I
And then
guess we
there's a
can
gen
find
where
out.
default wasn't distributed.
Yeah. We'll find out next season when we do Gen 5. It'll be great.
Oh, Gen 5 sounds very fun.
I just played Gen
so
4 and Gen 5 in PLA. It was pretty fun.
Wait, really?
I want to learn Gen 5. I want to learn Gen 5 so much. Gen 5 is like, that's the gen where dragons are like absolute, like dragons and magnets are like, that's the funnest thing to do on the ladder. Like, I love that so much. It's
That
actually so
sounds
much
wild.
fun. I literally made a team of 5 dragons and a magnezone, and I just like pushed like 10 wins in a row, and that's it. I just like, it was so much fun. That was how I learned with the defog myself. Like I was like, that's why I think defog. That was the gen where defog didn't work. Let me look. Actually, I'll look this up right now.
Yeah, you can do that. Then me and Tyler can talk about how you guys know each other, why you decided to captain together, if there were any sort of near misses, like did Mams almost sign up or something like that.
I would never bother Mams with that because he has plenty on his plate. If he wants to sign up, he can sign up, but I won't chase after him. It was pretty much just I've known Cheese for quite a while now. Over a year, I'd say. He joined
much
SBT.
over a year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He joined SBT in the earlier days. I think it was in season 3, if I'm correct.
It was season 2.
Season 2, even earlier. And,
I want to say it was the season before.
I've known Cheese since then, and Cheese is one of my good friends on Discord. We VC quite often. We play games outside of Pokemon, and just pretty much VC daily if it's not every 2 days.
Yeah.
But
you guys play games outside of Pokemon. What do you play?
A lot of games.
Like Call of Duty, stuff like that?
We play Phasmophobia, we play Pixelmon, we play...
That's where we play Saint Simps
a few
around
games.
the world and stuff. We play a lot of different games. We do some ROM hacks sometimes too. We just do a lot of things. A lot of everything. Like basically every game we play, we'll just like try it out together.
Well, that's really
But
cool.
those are mostly the games. Mostly the same games though. Mostly like the like Pixelmon and stuff like that. Like that's the primary thing.
She's loves playing Phasmophobia.
Oh my god, I hate that game so much. I hated it much more the first time I played it. The second time and the third time and the fourth time weren't as bad. They weren't as bad.
I don't actually know what that is. Phasmorphia.
It's pretty much it's a ghost game of some sorts, and you're pretty much just a ghost hunter trying to find out ghosts and catch ghosts, and it's pretty fun. Cheese is scared of ghosts.
Oh my god. I wouldn't say I'm scared of ghosts. But the game is not. Oh man, I'm not good with scary stuff. Let's say that.
Okay.
I'm not particularly scared of ghosts. Like I'm just like not good with scary stuff in general.
You know, Cheese, there was this game that came out a couple years ago that was about gardening in space. It's called Dead Space. It was all of these different these flowers were on different flower beds, and you had to go around and water them, and it was like Donkey Kong with the multi-levels, you know? You should really check that one out. It seems like it'd be right up your alley.
Oh, of course. I'm definitely gonna check it out after we talk about Ghost Kids and how I'm not good with scary stuff.
Yeah, no, it'll be perfectly fine. Remember, it's called Dead Space.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Oh yeah, so I looked up Defog in Gen 5. So Gen 6 was the gen where Defog started removing hazards. So Defog doesn't remove hazards in 5.
That's so weird.
Oh, yeah.
So like they're up and
weird.
they're there to stay unless you've got rapid spin.
It's just a useless move in Gen 5. So you just have spin and that's it.
Wow. That sounds nuts.
Everyone had a Skarmory on their team, and I remember why.
Oh man. Well, very cool. Hey, I got one more question for you guys. So, the way you guys are running your team so far, I'm not sure if it's going to carry over into next week. I'm sure it will, but the way you're running it so far is one of the least inclusive ways that somebody newer to the scene can get involved, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just curious if I am the newer guy on the scene who maybe doesn't have that chip on my shoulder yet, or qualification, so to speak, to get on your radar. How would somebody like that go about trying to get nominated and bid on by you guys?
So it is do tryouts. Like as much as I'm saying like tryouts are useless, it's realistically the only way. So it's not that tryouts are useless per se. It's just that tryouts have less impact than you'd think. Like from a player's perspective, you think tryouts mean everything. If I'm winning every tryout, I think I'm gonna be drafted, right? But it's not necessarily true. Things that go into it.
Yeah, like the thing you need to know about tryouts is yes, we're looking for capabilities, how you can play and everything, but we're also going to look at how you build, how you can draft a team, like all these little things that make what kind of player you are, and if you fit well on the team we're looking at getting.
And of course, our team, we have said, like obviously we haven't done anything, but I do plan on doing something because I definitely want to draft some newer players. I don't want it to be all like. I definitely want to draft at least like one or two because. Like we've all probably been there at some point in time. One person who has like never been in anything has to get their name, like, and they're good. There are good people. Like there are very good people who are unknown. So I would like to do that, but I mean, like if we do tryouts and people who I know win the tryouts and are doing well in the tryouts, and those are the only people winning the tryouts, I'm gonna draft those people still. It's just like the way it is. But like I will be hosting tryouts. We will be hosting tryouts, and if you do well and you are new, we'll probably have a good shot at being drafted.
Well, cool.
Yeah, because literally, like Cheese said, everyone starts somewhere. Even if your name isn't made yet, we're all about being inclusive. And if you perform in these tryouts, and if we have a reason to draft you, don't worry, we'll see it, and we will most likely act on it because we want to have some fresh faces around, as we have already interacted with most of the community and would like to get to know newer people at the same time.
That's very true. Which, hey, too quickly, just one last thing. One of the things that I had talked with Saint about recently was that there are different ways that people who are looking to get onto the scene can do so that don't revolve around them getting drafted or not. So if you in the audience are contemplating like, hey, I don't have a lot of qualifications behind me, but I still want to be involved. You can. What's likely going to wind up happening, depending on the team, after the auction happens and we have our week for team building, some teams may be cleaning out their team servers and some may not. So if you were one of the guys that chooses to stay behind on one of the team servers and help them out throughout the season, you have all that extra time to sort of quote unquote prove your worth, and then mids is a thing. So if you can stick in the server for a couple of weeks, help them out, maybe be a mock slave, help in prep, that sort of thing, that's just that much more face time that you have with these captains that may want to pick you up as a min bid come mids. So it's not just about trying to get in on the ground floor at the auction. There are other ways to sort of explore that.
I mean, Cheez and I talked about it real quick, and one of the biggest things we're looking for is activity and help.
Yep.
Like we're not gonna take just anyone, and we don't plan on building anyone else's teams. We're obviously gonna help in every way we can, and we're gonna help you succeed. But like you're gonna have to do your part.
Like if there's a really good, well-established to DPL coach, whatever, I don't care. Like if you're not gonna build your own teams, I don't really want to draft you, because like if you're not gonna build your own team help, like I'd rather have other people, because like it doesn't. I'm not going like obviously I want to win. Obviously winning is the primary goal. But more importantly, I do think I want to enjoy this experience, and I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this experience if I'm just building teams for the player who if I'm just building teams for someone. Like I'd rather not do that.
Like even if you're not as good with team building and you build a skeleton, at least that's the start, because we can give advice on that and we can help upgrade that build. But we're not gonna build a team from scratch. I'm gonna build my own team when I play. Cheez is gonna build his own team, but we're all gonna help together in the server, and that's what it's supposed to be.
It's not gonna be. We're not gonna have the player who's gonna be like we build this teams for him and he wins this game. Maybe I'd rather not have that. Like even if you're gonna win your team, I'd rather have the player who helps build teams, because it's not as fun simply having a player who wins every week, but you have to build those teams for him.
That's it. Yep. There are so many people in the community who can just pilot a team if given one, but that doesn't really add to the team aspect.
Yeah, I mean, like even though it's all right, it's a good strategy. I mean, like they don't have prep, they have fun playing the game, and it's just not. I personally would not have fun doing that.
Yeah,
building the teams for another person. So that's just not something I can see us drafting.
Sounds good to me. Well, there you go, guys in the audience. There's your how-to guide to get picked up by the Saint Simps. Oh, one last requirement. You have to subscribe to Saint IH on YouTube. Or is that the other guy?
You do.
Or is that the other... who's that, the Mafia?
We are the Simps. The Mafia don't run Saint. We are the Simps. Our server logo is Saint.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we should make a team. We should make a logo for that actual doc too.
You guys should.
I hit up Jace, which is the logo guy, and if I don't have anything by then, we're probably just gonna post the face of Sim, the face of Saint.
I'm pretty sure he just got done with Joltz's The Divine Discharge. I'm pretty sure he just got done with him, so he may be working on yours next. Because I think you guys are the only ones without the logo at this point.
Oh no, we're the last people.
The last ones.
The best one for last.
It's the best one for last. Exactly. Did we send in any of the Saint emotes to work off of?
Not yet.
Oh, you totally should. Right after this.
I'm probably just gonna send him all the Saint emotes I can find and have him compile them all in one big picture.
Okay.
That works for me.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, guys.
We gotta convince Saint to join. Yeah. All right.
I think that's gonna about do it for us on the third or fourth installment at this point. I'm losing track. So. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else to say, we'll cut it off.
All right.
Cool beans. Well, thank you for joining me, gents. That is the Saint Simps. You can look forward to getting nommed or not nommed by them on January 2nd. So, have a good night, everybody.